This is Mark Bell from supertraining.tv, and check out this little Blair Witch Project thing I set up. I've been setting these up about once a week. We have these weird, funky setups every time I come into the gym. One week I came in and about 35 5-pound plates were just stacked up on top of each other. It was very, very creepy. I don't know what the hell happened there. This is Damon doing some Thompson squats down into the chains in his multiply briefs. He's working in a new pair of briefs, and we're really working hard on having him keep his form. Here's my chubby little self going. See, as you get to the bottom of the squat, really trying to force the knees out and not let the butt push back too far, as I was doing there. My butt was kind of back pretty far, but we're also using the safety bar, which causes a few other problems. I don't know why it's called the safety bar. It's the worst thing ever. Kills your whole face. Here's Damon going again. You're going to see as he gets to the bottom of this squat how well he's doing with forcing his knees out, especially in comparison to a few weeks ago. I just burped, by the way. That's pretty gross. I just ate some chili, so chili's not as good the second time around. But there's Damon exhibiting some pretty good form. Here's myself going, and see, now we're dropping the chest on purpose to try to utilize the lower back. Just wanted to switch it up. We were already done with about 6 or 7 sets. We're just trying to change things up. You got Juan and myself. Juan's running the monolift, and I'm kind of spotting. I'm behind him 100%. I guess you could call this the kind of dose mono operators, I guess. And here goes Jesse Burdick with 365. Bar is a little heavier than a 45-pound bar, so it's slightly heavier. But we don't really ever count that. And you see he's doing the same thing. He's trying to do a good morning with it, basically. When we do these Thompson squats, they're done raw. They're done without a belt. All the sets that we did earlier were done pretty damn low. They were all done below parallel. Then as we went along, we raised the height up just a little bit. The point of this day is to just get in a lot of good work. You don't need to kill yourself with it. Donnie Thompson himself calls it more of a recovery day. And that guy's so big and powerful that he uses around 5 plates, sometimes even with chains and bands and shit like that on this day. Guy's just a monster. And in between the sets of squats, he's also going back and forth doing some kettlebell work, kettlebell swings and stuff like that. So here we are doing some deadlifts. We're doing triples. We did sets of 3 conventional, sets of 3 sumo, all the way up until the weight gets heavy, and then we're going to get into our suits and mess around with that, try to go as heavy as we can with some band and chain on the bar. I'd like to point something out right now that is crucial to you guys getting to see this footage. None of this would be possible without the members of Super Training coming in and busting their ass, and I just want to let everyone know out there that I really appreciate all the hard work the team puts in, getting this whole thing off the ground and getting everybody together and motivating people and getting everybody all fired up. Can sometimes be a giant pain in the ass, but I got no complaints. We got a great group. We got a great group of guys. We got a great group of people. Guys like Jesse Burdick coming in from out of town. New guys like Damon working hard. Guys like Jim McDonald busting his ass, putting together this video so you guys can see it. This stuff takes hours. Jim ends up filming hours of footage and having to sit there at his computer day in and day out and edit it. And it's really all for you guys out there. It's for free. So take advantage of it, enjoy it, and realize out here in Sacramento, California, we are busting our ass. There's a great saying that says, if you walk with the lame, you will develop a limp. You got to get around like-minded people that are positive and people that want to be strong. I hear it all the time. People always say, oh, there's nobody in my area who wants to do this stuff. Nobody wants to deadlift. Nobody wants to use chalk. Well, you got to create it. Build it, and they will come. And that's what I did out here with Super Training. I built it, and the people that are with me are with me. The people that are not, and it's not a big deal. I don't sweat it. We have a saying in the gym on the wall that says either you're in or you're in the way. And that's a model that we live by. If you're there, then great. If you're not, no hard feelings, no big deal. We move on. keep building strong athletes, keep building strong lifters. Speaking of strong athletes, John Cena strolled into the gym today. Not on this day that you're watching right here, but that was pretty cool. And that guy deadlifted some pretty good weight. He pulled a 585 deadlift wearing just a belt, so that was cool to see him lifting some heavy weight, especially when considering the fact the guy travels 300 days out of the year. There's Damon doing some sumo pulls. We were working on his form on those. He was also doing some conventional pulls, going back and forth, doing triples on all of them. We're trying to get him a lot of work. We're trying to get him to not only build up strength, but as he's building up strength, also build up his work capacity. There's Jesse Burdick, who has pulled 788 in competition. This is Damon setting up for a deadlift here. The weights are starting to get a little heavy, starting to tire. Just as we talked about, we're trying to get him that extra work capacity. You can see the low back starting to round over. Just because your lower back rounds over doesn't mean that you're going to go to hell. Don't cry, don't worry, you'll be alright. A little bit of crying is okay, but not too much. See, Damon's having a hard time getting his shoulders back, and so that's leading to him doing all kinds of other funky stuff. Here, this is his last set. You can see he's really wearing thin now because that last set of pulls really wore him out. So I actually had him do the sumo pulls first this time and then finish with the conventionals. And here he goes here, and he's just really dying, starting to round over. So we took the bands off and we made him finish out his set. I want Damon to realize that if you're going to be good at the sport, you're going to have to work your ass off. You can't just can't fake it. You got to work hard. This is a tough sport. If you want to be good, it's going to take a lot of work. If you want to be great, it's going to take that much more. It takes a lot of hard work, determination, and consistency. One thing I have over a lot of other regular people that work out is just that I'm consistent. There's nothing special about me. There's nothing really that different about me. There's nothing really that different about AJ Roberts or some of these other guys out there, Brian Carroll, Dave Hoff, Sean Frankel. The real difference is that they work their ass off. And you could point to some guys and say, yeah, they got pretty good genetics. But they also took advantage of those genetics, and you got to admire that. Here's Jesse Burdick going. Burdick comes in from out of town every once in a while. Wish he could be around more because he's my homie. But he when he comes down, he and I both get better workouts in. It's good. It's always good to train with him. Jesse's pulled a 788 deadlift in competition. He's pulled over 700 a ton of times in competition as well. And I'm going to have to catch back up to him. I pulled a 760, and he blew past me and pulled the 782 or 783 or whatever it was in the last meet. And so I'll have to catch back up to him, hopefully. Or, even better, we can hopefully meet up at around 804. That would be cool. Been working on my form, pulling in some single ply briefs and the overkill suit there. Really working hard on trying to deadlift with the straps real tight. Trying to be reasonable about it too, though. I mean, you can only handle so much. But Jesse does a good job pulling some big weights with those straps tight. So I wanted to try it out myself and kind of see what I could get out of it. This is around 550. We have about 7 chains on there and about 100 pounds of band tension. We're not quite there yet, but there's 5 or 6 chains on there at this point. And we're going to add some more chains in a minute. I'm actually sitting here doing this voiceover, watching the New York Giants beat up on the Green Bay Packers. It's halftime. When are people going to realize that you have to play defense to win these big football games? Giants got a good defense, so they're probably going to win. Here we go. This is 550 or 555 or some shit like that. 7 chains, 100 pounds of bands. You do the math. Each chain weighs about 20 pounds. Smoked it pretty easy. So, you know, I'm making some progress in my deadlift. Deadlift form is much better. But ultimately, I'm going to have to put that together on game day and pull something huge. There's Jesse Burdick locking out a good deadlift too. That's over 800 pounds at the top. And that's it from supertraining.tv. You guys got to get serious in here every once in a while. You can't be dicking around all the time.